All right, we're going to jump right in today and talk about something that affects millions of women but gets brushed off way too often. That deep, down to your bones kind of exhaustion. You know the feeling. If you've ever felt like you're just running on fumes, this one's for you. So let's get into it.
I mean, does this hit home or what? You wake up and you're already tired. People tell you, oh, you're just busy, or that's just being a mom, or the big one, welcome to aging. And you start to wonder, maybe dragging yourself through the day really is the new normal. But what if it's not? What if that's a lie we've all accidentally bought into?
So, first things first, we have to tear down this idea that feeling this exhausted is just normal or something you have to put up with. We're going to really unpack the story that so many of us have been told, and let's be honest, have started telling ourselves.
Okay, this slide right here is so important. We have to get this distinction straight. Just because something is common does not make it biologically normal. Yeah, it's common to feel tired all the time, but it's not normal. It's common to need coffee just to get your brain online, but feeling rested after sleep, that's what's normal. The big problem is we've started to accept this common struggle as a normal state of being, and that totally stops us from ever asking, wait, why is this happening?
So, where do we even start looking for answers? Well, let's peel back the first layer, the most obvious one. Our daily habits and the pressures that basically put our energy account into a constant state of overdraft. This is all about your lifestyle on overload.
And here it is, the cycle of exhaustion in all its glory. It starts when you wake up already tired. So what do? You grab coffee, maybe something sugary, just to push through. Of course, that leads to the killer afternoon crash. But you power through anyway. And then, because it's the only moment you get for yourself all day, you stay up way too late for that revenge bedtime procrastination. We've all been there, which, surprise, leads to terrible sleep. And then you wake up the next day, even more exhausted. It just feeds itself over and over again.
And layered on top of that whole cycle, you've got chronic stress. For a lot of women, midlife is peak everything. Peak career, peak parenting, peak financial stress. And this isn't just a feeling in your head, it's a physical state. Your body gets stuck in this low-grade, constant fight-or-flight mode. That stress hormone, cortisol, is always pumping, which totally messes with your sleep, your blood sugar, and just drains your battery, even when you're just sitting on the couch. Your nervous system isn't a machine. It gets overloaded.
Okay, we've looked at lifestyle. Now we're going to go a little deeper. Let's talk about what happens when that lifestyle starts to make the body's warning lights flash on the dashboard. These are the hidden physical issues that get ignored or just totally misdiagnosed all the time. This right here. This captures an experience that is just infuriatingly common. Your body is sending out flares, clear signals. You're saying, I am so tired, something feels really off, and you hear, you're just stressed. You get winded going up the stairs, and it's, oh, you're just out of shape. Night sweats and brain fog? Welcome to midlife. Your body is talking, but it's being dismissed. And that's a huge problem because it stops us from finding the real issues.
So what could those real issues be? Well, it could be any of these. Anemia, for instance. If you're low in iron or B12, your blood literally can't carry enough oxygen to your cells to make energy. Simple as that. Or an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism. That's like the main engine of your body has been turned down to an idle. Perimenopause, that's just hormonal chaos that torches your sleep and your energy. And things like insulin resistance or even sleep apnea can be these silent energy vampires. The point is, these are real, testable medical conditions, not just feelings.
Now here's a fascinating one. What's one of the root causes for that anemia we just talked about? It could actually be low stomach acid. Yeah, if your stomach isn't acidic enough, you can eat the healthiest diet in the world, but you won't be able to absorb critical nutrients like iron and B12. And get this, some studies suggest up to 40% of postmenopausal women might have this. It's a huge and hugely overlooked piece of the puzzle.
All right, we've talked lifestyle, we've talked body systems. Now we're going even deeper. We're zooming all the way in, down to the cellular level to see where your energy actually gets made. We're talking about the tiny, microscopic power plants inside your body.
Okay, prepare to have your mind blown just a little bit. Every single day, a healthy person who weighs 180 pounds will produce 180 pounds of the body's energy molecule, ATP. Yes, you heard that right. You produce your own body weight in this energy currency every day. Just think about the sheer scale of that energy production happening inside of you right now. It's incredible. So how on earth is that possible? Well, it happens inside these little power plants in your cells called mitochondria. You can think of them as tiny factories. They take the food you eat, the fats, the carbs, and they convert it into that chemical battery we just mentioned, ATP.
It's a simple equation. No functioning mitochondria, no ATP. No ATP, no energy. End of story.
And just like any factory, your mitochondria need the right supplies and good working conditions to run smoothly. They need specific nutrients, B vitamins, iron, CoQ10, to keep the assembly line moving. They need good fuel, and this is so key, they need stimulation. Exercise is literally the #1 signal that tells your body, hey, we need more power, build more factories. And finally, they need to be protected from things that damage them, like too much sugar, chronic stress, and alcohol. So your daily choices directly affect your energy at the most fundamental level possible.
Okay, we have looked at this problem from pretty much every angle. So now, for the most important part, what in the world can you actually do about it? This next part is all about giving you a real, practical toolkit to take action and become the lead investigator of your own fatigue.
The very first step is a huge mental shift. It's so easy to fall into the trap of asking, oh, what's wrong with me? Which just leads to guilt and shame. Instead, I want you to try asking a different question. What could be contributing to this? See the difference? That simple switch changes the whole frame from one of personal failure to one of curious investigation. Your fatigue isn't a character flaw. It's a signal. It's data.
So armed with that curiosity, you can go advocate for yourself. Don't just walk into your doctor's office and say, I'm tired. Go in with specific requests. Ask for a complete blood count, a CBC, to check for anemia. Ask for not just an iron test, but also a ferritin test, which measures how much iron your body has in storage. Ask for a full thyroid panel, not just the basic screening. You have every right to seek data about your own body.
And look, while you're doing that investigation, you can start protecting the energy you already have. This is not about some massive, stressful life overhaul. It's about small, smart changes. Do a quick audit of your schedule. What's an energy leak? What can you stop doing? Start stabilizing your blood sugar by adding some protein and fiber to your meals to prevent those crashes. And just move a little. A 10-minute walk makes a difference. These little things, these micro resets, they really add up.
So let's end with this thought. Your exhaustion is not your destiny. It is not the price of admission to midlife. It's a clue. It's a really important message from your body that something is out of balance. The question isn't whether you have to just accept it. The real question is, what is it trying to tell you?